Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. The full-on launch of Black Ops 6 is honestly coming up here pretty quick on October 25th, and with that, on launch day, day one, we are going to see a bunch of significant updates take place. Things will be changing from what we experienced in the Black Ops 6 beta. We'll also be seeing some brand new and or returning features that we haven't had in some time, or potentially even ever. And today, I wanted to preview some of the confirmed and or expected major launch updates for Black Ops 6 multiplayer. So as we do dive into all the details, quick reminder, if you are new here, every single day I got you covered with all things you need to know about Call of Duty. While we do have some confirmed and expected updates here today, there's going to be a bunch of new intel drops and other reveals for Black Ops 6 related updates and features and whatnot, and I'll be breaking down all the important ones right as they happen. So to stay up to date, feel free to hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoy the video, a like rating really does help grow the channel, and share the video around to new viewers. But first up here, one thing that I'm personally very excited for is that the devs did confirm the firing range within Black Ops 6. No, not the map firing range, but the actual physical firing range is going to receive some updates just to be a bit more accurate in general. We know that we have a very basic firing range right now for our Gunsmith, where the stats actually aren't even all that accurate. Like if you were to test out snipers against the dummies in the firing range right now, you'd get completely different results versus actual live gameplay. So the firing range for Black Ops 6 hopefully is going to be truly up to date, feature all the correct hitboxes, all the correct damage profiles. That'll make testing a whole lot easier if that stuff does end up being accurate. So hoping for a lot there, but they did confirm that the firing range is going to receive some significant updates. Something else we also have confirmed that'll be really convenient that just wasn't a part of the beta build is full-on advanced weapon stats. So obviously this is again something that we do have already in Warzone and MW3, where you can go through and when you're looking at specific attachments, it'll tell you the range is being extended by 15% and the velocity's up by 12% and it hurts your ADS speed by 4% or whatever, right? Those exact values, so you know exactly what is changing and you have the full data there rather than having to go off of the little bars that say, hey, your range is going up by this much via a green bar, or your mobility is going down this much via a red bar, which has been proven to be completely, inaccurate in the past. Those bars mean absolutely nothing. What truly does matter when it comes to weapon stats being reflected accurately are those advanced stats, and we will have those available on launch for the full game, so we can have the exact correct build to know exactly what is doing what to your gun. So definitely good news there as well. Now, a sort of half returning, half new update we've got coming to Black Ops 6 on launch is the Reticle challenges. Of course, we have a full new updated camo system with specific camos unlockable for multiplayer zombies and even Warzone, but we're also going to see the same system but with custom reticles. So the classic reticle system is returning in Black Ops 6, and these are going to be interchangeable on all your optics, and each mode, multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone, are going to have their own individual optic challenges. So if there are specific red dots or blue dots or whatever other optic that you really like, you can go through, unlock it, and then use it across any weapon, any optic really, in any of the modes. So it's a small feature in the grand scheme of things, just simply being able to change over to a blue dot or a purple dot or something, right? But it is really convenient for one, just adding a bit more personality to your own gameplay, but two, sometimes optimizing a build. Like back in the day, being able to throw in a blue dot to me was much more helpful than just a basic red dot in a lot of different situations. So that is something that I'm definitely looking forward to. Sticking in line with weapon updates here, global weapon builds is sort of this new system that's being implemented with Black Ops 6, and we saw a small taste of it within the beta, where if you were to go through and create a loadout and you put 5 attachments on it, but then you switched that gun out of your loadout, if you were to switch back to that same gun you built out, it was going to save those 5 attachments on it automatically. So basically it would be saving a custom blueprint for you just by default, and that's going to be the case, but that'll actually happen across all modes. Now, I don't necessarily see this being the most useful when you're switching like between multiplayer and Warzone, for instance. So like you have an XM4 build for multiplayer, that same build is probably not going to work well in Warzone just because the difference in gameplay and how gunfights work. But in theory, if you have 5 attachments on your XM4 in multiplayer and you switch into Warzone and you select the XM4, you'll be able to immediately go right into that same build if you wanted to. I think that's more convenient for just switching weapons in and out of your loadouts within one specific mode, but nonetheless, it is a bit more streamlined to getting a built-out weapon that you're familiar with without having to go through and rebuild it time and time again, or go out of your way to save a bunch of different custom blueprints, right? Another big one here for launch that we have essentially confirmed here because of the communication via the beta updates is spawn updates. This was a big talking point during the Black Ops 6 beta. The spawns were rough. And we know there's a lot of small to medium-sized maps in Black Ops 6. Basically, everyone is going to be medium at max, which means the spawn systems are gonna have to be good. And they went through in some of their beta patch notes and went in depth on their spawn testing, what information they ended up getting from the first weekend of the beta, how they applied that to the second weekend of the beta, and they're going to be doing the same thing for launch as well. Unfortunately, we obviously only got to play a handful of maps during the beta, which means at launch we'll be playing a bunch of new ones for the very first time, and we're going to have to learn the spawn systems on those, and then they're going to have to adjust the spawn systems on those because they didn't have, you know, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of players testing those out during a beta period, right? So there will be a bit of a learning curve and more tweaks and fine tunes with the spawns post launch, but at launch, I'm sure we're going to see plenty of updates and changes to those spawns on the maps that we've already been playing here for a little bit via the beta. Another system that I'm personally very excited to see return is the Dark Ops challenges. So we are of course going to have like 100% completion challenges, basic calling card and completionist challenges as well for different categories and whatnot. But Black Ops games always do Dark Ops challenges as well. And these are basically hidden challenges. Their descriptions are not listed on the menu. Like for some calling cards or for some unlocks, it's like, hey, get 100 assault rifle headshots or capture 50 objectives in, capture the flag or whatever it is, right? Whereas the Dark Ops ones are a complete mystery, and a lot of the time you just end up unlocking them by accident. It's something like run over a player with a vehicle while they are, affected by a stun or something super specific like that. Dark Ops are gonna be back, and those are always a ton of fun to go for and offer some cool calling card rewards if you're into that sort of stuff. Another big update this time around is the Classic Prestige. We've talked about this one a little bit, but rather than having the seasonal prestige system that we've had since Modern Warfare 2019, Classic Prestige is back. Each individual prestige is going to feature themes around previous Black Ops games like World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, so on and so forth. There's going to be permanent unlock tokens when you go through in Prestige, so you can automatically unlock a weapon permanently for that. Your weapon levels and your camo progression is going to save through the Prestiges, so you can still grind out all of your weapon levels and max out guns and go for camos and ultimately like the mastery camos while still prestiging at the same time, which is super convenient as well. There's specific rewards across the board for various different prestige thresholds, so the Classic Prestige system is going to be a big thing to grind right away at launch, and obviously will take some time to fully master out at Prestige Master level 1000. And then lastly here, one that again I'm particularly interested in that we do have confirmed is an anti-cheat update, a Ricochet update on day one. Within the Call of Duty blog, they do say Ricochet is going to be active across the board on day one, and with every Call of Duty launch, Ricochet continues to develop new technology, mitigations, and detections to protect your player experience. During the Black Ops 6 beta, they were actually testing various new features and monitoring telemetry. Unfortunately, it kind of backfired and had a lot of people getting shadow banned or temp banned when they should not have been, as we've discussed previously. They do say though, basically parts of Ricochet were in a beta test during the beta test, so at full launch there will be updates to that and other new features added into Ricochet. No idea if they're actually going to discuss those. They usually don't go super in-depth with their Ricochet updates as to make it harder on cheat developers to figure out what's going on with it. So understandable from that point, but I hope they do at least address it in some capacity because as we all know, Ricochet is not a very good anti-cheat for the most part. But that being said, those are a handful of the major updates coming at launch for Black Ops 6. And that's really only just some of them. Like I said, Treyarch's going to continue to reveal and announce new things in the coming days and weeks leading up to launch. So if you want to guarantee you're always up to date with everything going on in COD, you never miss a major or important detail, feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. And if you enjoyed this video, a like rating on your way out would be seriously appreciated. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.